Hey there, everybody. Here we are on the draw. And I think this hand is okay. Eyeblight Assassin does work against a lot of the 2-drops in the format, and Fleshback Marauder as well. And we have access to all of our colors, so I think I can afford to keep this. On the play, I would be a little bit more hesitant, I think, having so many lands, but getting a few draw steps in here, I think, makes me a little bit more confident. Okay, we're up against red. It's always worrisome for as far as 2-drops go. All right, Llanowar Empath. I think I'm going to go ahead here and crack my Evolving Wilds this turn so that I can get my planes out of my deck. It's kind of a bad draw for us. It's possible we would need double black at some point, but it's not going to be for a while. All right. We get to fool our opponent here, thinking that we are black-white. At least for a little bit. Hopefully we get Gearcrafter is a pretty good thing for us to run into. Alright. So I think what we do here is we Eyeblight away the Thopter. Just because it's something that our deck struggles against, flyers in general. And the Gearcrafter is something that we can sort of, come up with answers for indefinitely. Yikes, that is something that we cannot come up with answers for indefinitely. It's actually a huge problem for us. We're going to trade here. Yeah. Alright. We need something good. Wait is exactly what we were looking for. And we're going to cast it now. Pia Kira Nalaar is a big problem. Once that thing hits the field, you can't play wimpy creatures anymore, and even your bigger creatures start getting eaten, so. Alright, our opponent went deep on the Thopter's deck, looks like. We're going to take quite a bit of damage here before we mount a defense. 2-drop would be nice. Alright, well that card's not going to be great for us for a little while. I think what I do here is just play out the Llanowar Empath and set up our draw for the next couple turns. Fetid Imp is great. So we're going to put this on top and draw the Fetid Imp. Putting that on top because next turn I can play Somberwald Alpha and Fetid Imp together, which would be nice. Opponent has 2 cards in hand, going down to 1 card in hand. Man, wow. The 3rd Gearcrafter? My god. We would kill right now for a Eyeblight Massacre. Eyeblight Massacre would be great for us. Alright. Forest. Gonna go Somberwald Alpha into Fetid Imp. And, if our opponent isn't able to immediately deal with the Fetid Imp, we have a little bit of time. But if they come up with an answer here, alright, well that's not too bad for us. I mean, we just get to replay it next turn. Alright. I do unfortunately think I have to block. I can't afford just taking extra damage at this point in the game. And we have many more cards than our opponent, so we'll eventually, pull ahead. Well, or we could just draw that. If they have Bone to Ash, we're just going to cry, but they don't. And we have a 6/6 Vigilant Reach against their 4/1/1 Flyers. So, could be worse. Well, it's already worse. They're attacking. Maybe they think that they can just race us. I don't know what their game is. All right, that was a good draw. We're just going to play out our Fetid Imp. And I guess our Deadbridge Shaman? Maybe I should have waited to play the Fetid Imp. I don't think there's anything really that punishes us for attacking with the Spider, though. So, yeah. Alright, so yeah, I do want to put some more power onto the battlefield. So I'm going to do that. It is still kind of a race. If our opponent finds an answer for Skysnare Spider, we're on a pretty short clock, so we want to start putting pressure on, and if our opponent holds back this turn, then maybe we can Drog Invocation them out of the game, which would be nice. Alright, it's pretty scary. I don't think there's like many cards that like blow us out here. So. Okay. Sure. Like, it sucks losing our big scary spider, but I think I'm actually kind of okay with this. So I think I want to play both these creatures this turn, and yeah, I don't want to sack the Deadbridge Shaman. It would be nice if our opponent still had a card in hand. Maybe I just play the Shambling Ghoul and leave up Death Touch on the Fetid Imp in case our opponent draws, like, I don't know, something. Like, the Flashback Marauder, like, doesn't really do much for us. I guess it puts a little bit more power than the Shambling Ghoul, but I think we save it until our opponent shows us something a little bit better. Okay, it's fine. I mean, if our opponent wants to hit us for 1 while we're cracking back for 5, I think we're okay. Yeah, that's what they want to do. Alright. Yeah, just replay the Fetid Imp. Get in for 5. It's our opponent to 6. I'm trying to think like what we have to really be worried about here. What did our opponent do with the Scry? They put it on top. So putting it on top is a little bit scary. So yeah, maybe I just go ahead and Flashback Marauder them now. We can sack our Shambling Ghoul since it's putting in less damage, and then next turn I think Draga's Invocation just wins us the game. I don't know what they could draw here, unless they can just kill us, right? Can they kill us? I don't think they can just kill us. Well, that's pretty good. Just a 2. I guess that's a reason to keep the Shambling Ghoul. I didn't think they would top that, though. It doesn't seem very good for them. Alright, well, just replay Deathbridge Shaman here. Attack for 1. I mean, if they rip Burn off the top, it's pretty bad for us. Otherwise, I don't think we're in that bad of a position. Alright, Chief of the Foundry is not super scary. Let's just play... Oops. Yeah. Just play this. They have to block. They go to 1. I guess if they pull a haste creature, then we die. Be pretty annoying if that's what happened. No, they pulled the land. Alright, so we got game 1. It's pretty close. We were on the back foot for a lot of that. I had to make a lot of unfavorable trades, but, you know, that's just how it goes. Alright, so, against this opponent, we definitely want to bring in the Aerial Volley. Aerial Volley looks really good. Cards that don't look so good. Cruel Revival didn't seem great. There were only, I guess, like Pia and Kiran Nalaar is a target, but like not such a good target because we can't pay the costs. Do any of our cards look bad? Read the Bones might be kind of slow, so maybe we just cut to 1. Flashback Marauder looked actively bad, so I think we can cut it here. I don't think any of the other cards are particularly good for us. Yeah. Yeah, I think that the deck looks fine. Having Aerial Volley as sort of like a backup plan is good. And I think if we just curve out, we'll be fine. So we'll run it back like this. See how it runs. Our opponent is on the play. This hand is super risky. Yeah, I don't think I can keep this. It's just too bad. Alright, this hand is fine. Turn 2, Gilder. Turn 3, Read the Bones. Should be good. We just want to draw lands, I think. Empath, not really what we're looking for here, but it's also not terrible. Alright, Maritime Guard. It's an interesting one. Alright, that was a very good draw for us. So now at least if our Leaf Gilder goes down, we have a play next turn, and even if it doesn't go down, we can play the Llanowar Empath and set up our draw. Alright, that's pretty good against us. If we draw some removal here, I'll take it. We'll eat one from the Maritime Guard. Come on. Alright, well, Elvish Visionary is not what we're looking for. We're just going to tap out for the Empath here. We have a Cruel Revival, so like if this runs away, we can be decently set up. Alright, well, man, this is tough. Like, I mean, we're definitely putting the Eyeblight Assassin on top, but like bottoming our Unholy Hunger seems kind of bad when we have like Read the Bones and Elvish Visionary. Yeah, so I'm gonna keep this on top, but we're gonna draw the Eyeblight Assassin. The reason I'm doing this is that like we have ways to draw more lands. Like, we're not gonna draw a land next turn, so we're gonna eat some damage here. But we have ways of drawing more lands, so we don't have to bottom a powerful spell like that yet, because we can Read the Bones or Elvish Visionary our way into more lands. Alright, and they played a Gearcrafter, which is, I think, good for us, because we can just Eyeblight away the token. So do I want to be greedy? So if I'm greedy, I can play Read the Bones now, or Elvish Visionary now, and hope to hit a land, so that I can do two things. Yeah. Greedy. Like, our cards are very good, so I think I want to just be a little bit more conservative at this point, and just play the Read the Bones. Alright, well, we don't want Weight. I think we do want the Swift Reckoning, though. It's just good. Alright, well, we bricked on the land, so, yeah. We're going to have a rough turn or two here, but our cards in our hand are so strong right now. Like, next turn, at the worst, we can Swift Reckoning and Elvish Visionary, which, isn't that bad of a turn. I'm going to trade here with the Gearcrafter. Take 5, go to 10. So if our opponent has a big play here, it's going to be a little bit difficult for us to get back into the game. Draw a land here, that'd be the tops. Alright, we did it. Okay, so we're gonna Eyeblight away the artifact. Let's see. Opponent's thinking pretty hard about this. Which makes me think that they have a counter. So they're thinking, do I need the Thopter or not? The answer is they probably don't need the Thopter that badly. See, I don't think we do not have Spell Mastery quite yet for Swift Reckoning, so we do need to do it on our turn. So that's definitely, I think that's definitely what we want to do here. Kill the Thopter. Yeah, and we have a chump blocker at least for the Sergeant. This is interesting. What are you doing now? Fiery Conclusion. Alright, we'll float a green. And this will resolve. Alright. That will resolve. So do I want to Swift Reckoning the Sergeant now, or do I just want to play an Elvish Visionary and try to hit a land? Because like lands are pretty important for our Cruel Revival and our Unholy Hunger. Yeah. Opponent has 2 cards left in hand. So bring me to 9, and if they have like a way to deal with this, then I drop to 5. I'm just gonna play the chump blocker actually. Alright, we hit the land, so that's very good. So, did we play land this turn? Alright, I guess we did. So for next turn, we have Unholy Hunger, which we do have Spell Mastery for now, I think, right? No, we don't. But we can play Cruel Revival or Unholy Hunger to take out the Sergeant, and then we can... Alright. What are those 2 cards? Yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and chump it here. Alright, sweet. Okay, so actually this is a little bit better for us. We're going to run out the Shaman, and we're going to go ahead and Swift Reckoning this. Just getting 2 things down. Alright, nice. So now I feel pretty confident about where we're sitting. We have great removal spells and bombs in our hand. We're just looking to hit some more lands here. Alright, Watercourser is not a big problem for us. Alright, I'm going to make this attack with the Deadbridge Shaman. Opponent is welcome to block. Don't think they will. They might though. I mean, they have 1 card in hand, so they make this trade. They have to discard it. There's a mountain. Alright. Yep, we'll just play out another. Alright. Undo. To take out this stop on the damage step. Alright. Just run out another Deadbridge Shaman. Watercourser can't attack into it, which I like. And our opponent's hellbent right now, so we have a lot of things that we can do, and we just need to get a little bit further into the game. Alright, so we could slam the Spider here. I think I'm just going to go ahead and Unholy Hunger this. It puts us out of danger, brings us back to 11, and we can get in for 5 this turn. And like next turn I can play the Spider or the Invocation or whatever. I feel pretty confident about where we are right now. We have 3 very strong cards against our opponent's, random 1 card. Like, yeah, Majoring Bully is not going to do it for our opponent here. Yeah, and I guess I can just play this now, right? Yeah, this is fine. Eats the Majoring Bully, and puts in 5 damage. If our opponent's top decking and we're winning the race, I think it's fine. Like, we have a unconditional removal spell. Could put our opponent down to, well, that's pretty good. It's actually really annoying. Sacrifice an artifact, yeah. It's a pretty good top deck. Like, Cruel Revival doesn't help us too much because our opponent can go ahead and, yeah, blow out. I mean, I think it's still the play, probably. Still probably the play to play, I don't know. Well, we'll play the Spider, I think. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, we can play the Gilder and... No. If our opponent plays a card, they just throw the Thopter at the Deadbridge Shaman. Yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and deal with this now. And play out the Gilder. So we're not super far ahead, but our opponent's on the top deck, and we've got, one of the better cards in our deck coming down next turn. Right, well, it's pretty good. Man, our opponent has had just great Chandra's Furies this game. Alright. Cool. Get down there. Giant monster. Okay. Not too worried about that. I can play the... Ooh, I can do a lot of things, can't I? Undo. Yeah, so I can play the Alpha. I can Aerial Volley the 2 tokens, and then... Yeah, seems fine. Actually, no, I don't want to do that, because I can give this guy Trample, and he gets a bonus if he gets blocked. So the Aerial Volley can just hang out for now. Actually, all right, I'm totally fine with this. See what our opponent comes up with here. Alright, well, we got it. So that was a tight one, tighter than I thought it was going to be with considering our hand. But we got there, so I'll see you guys in round 2.